There it goes.
Uh, okay, okay. All right. So, hey, Suchitil, how are you doing?
She's muted. Yeah,
Hi.
we're in the same room. I'm doing all right. We Monday um night, so about 48 hours or 36 hours ago, we had to put our Carlos kitty to sleep. We had to euthanize him because he had declined very quickly and um there was no treatment that was going to A, that we could afford, and B, that was really going to help him. Um, and he had gotten to the point where he was very uncomfortable, not suffering, but uncomfortable and not enjoying life, um, except to wanting to be with us. Um, so that was not what we wanted, but it was also what we knew we had to do. Um, because you don't leave a creature suffering when you can't help them. Um, so we're kind of um, we're okay, but we're feeling grief and we're tired. Um, so it's been interesting. Let's put it that way. Um, so we were in the middle of um, working on getting some calls put in to get this garage door fixed and just finished some food and we were watching one of our favorite YouTube creators. His his YouTube channel is called Barry's Economics, and he had a video talking about the graffiti artist Banksy and using it as an illustration to show how those who have um, power, influence, and wealth continue to draw things back into the system so that they can own things privately and increase their um, wealth and status and power by reinforcing it into the system. In this case, he's talking about how that happens through Parliament because he's in the UK. So it's a very good video, but there was one slide he brought up about Garrett Hardin, I think, and a quote by him um, that really just landed home everything that we're up against as far as the ingrained thinking. Um, anyhow, this I don't have it on the screen, but basically he's blaming the Commons, not Barry, this Garrett Hardin guy. He's blaming the Commons for being why people are self-interested and that everybody and that leads to ruin, which is bullshit. Um, so anyway, I can come on camera if it's gonna be
So, yeah, I
what do
just
you
want to
call
tell
it?
you, Suchitil, that Debra and Rayan or Rexan is going to be here. So, you need to keep an eye on the participants. If they come on board, you let them in. Um,
Okay. Then Mom, can you
Also, are you okay if I upload this recording as a podcast on my Substack channel?
I don't have she's Mom's not listening right now, so I cannot speak for her. Um, it's not that you couldn't do that. It's right now whether I'm in the headspace to do that is another thing.
Well,
So
I can tell you I'm not in that space right now, but universe is calling, and I needed to do this call right now. So that's why I'm doing it. So I do have a few things listed that all of us can do, and we are here to talk about it.
yeah,
But I'll talk about it when like Debra and Brian joins.
yeah, give me a second to put she she's not using this. I can use this. We're gonna do anything that's going in public. Camera angle fucking matters, so um
Well, look at my background. I mean, it's not
there's
that
no there's nothing
not
wrong
that
with your
great.
background. It's the camera angle because it's not exactly flattering to have things
Let me
coming
see if I
from
can
under
improve
your
it.
chin.
Mhm.
I'm not commenting on what your camera looks like, Penny. Commenting on what mine looks like.
I don't care how they look. So
There.
good.
Um, better. It is not a very stable thing, but that'll work. Okay. Um, oh, can you make me co-host so that I can let people in? Thank you. Yeah. All right. Hey, Ryan.
Going,
Sorry for making you wait a minute.
no, it's okay.
All right. Nice to meet you. My name is Sochipol. Tell me a little bit about yourself before we get started, would you?
Sure, sure. I live in the DC suburbs. I live in Potomac, Maryland now. I just sold a restaurant that I have owned and operated for the last 10 years in Denver, and was born
Oh,
and bred in
wow.
New Jersey. So I've bounced around a lot recently.
Yeah, wow. So what brought you to the DC area?
Well, I got engaged, and I figured the restaurant was successful enough to sell my share and do something else that's tough on the body. And
Yes.
came here because it was easier for my fiance, and I wanted to write more. And this is a great area to be if you want to do that.
Very cool. So what about it makes it a great area to be a writer?
Well, I have access just geographically. I mean, I'm a 5 minute ride from DC whenever I want, and I usually write about culture and politics or how they're, interwoven. So if anybody I want to meet, it's easier for me to meet them in person and talk there, make contacts that way.
Yeah, no, that's true. So, culture, politics, I think maybe I've seen some of your articles in passing, if I'm even connecting you as the same person on Substack, I'm
Spell
not
my
sure.
name with a red X, so you would know.
Yeah,
Ryan with an X.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that is who I've been
Well, I
seeing.
I actually shared. I mean, his name says here Rayan, but on Substack it's Roxanne,
Hmm.
and I shared a quite of his posts, so you have definitely certainly looked at it at some point. So
Yeah.
welcome, Rayan.
Thank you.
So much for
Yeah,
being here.
welcome.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Just
Uh,
just because I see something pass doesn't mean that I always get to read it because there's a lot
Hmm.
of content right now. Just so you have a
Yeah.
little context, I'm
Mhm.
tired and physically tired and emotionally kind of tired because Monday night we had to put our dearest kitty boy to sleep.
I've dealt with that in the
So,
last 6 months too. So that I know
yeah,
is very hard.
it is very hard. So, we still have one kitty left, but he's lonely.
Hmm.
And he's the youngest of everyone we've had. Um, and the kitty we had to put to sleep, whose name was Carlos, he was the big brother who let Jasper, this young cat, who isn't really young anymore. He's like
Hmm.
14 and a half, play with his tail
Yeah.
as an adult. Like
Mhm.
Carlos would sit there and move his tail around on purpose
Mhm.
for Jasper to play with it because Jasper's the perpetual kitten. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cute. Um, so
Well,
we're my mom is Jackie Ambrose. She's I think she's able to hear us now. She's working on getting some other things done so that she can participate in the conversation much more readily here in a few minutes.
okay.
Um, so Ryan, it's a pleasure to meet
Mhm.
you. Thank
Nice
you
to
very
meet
much
you.
for joining us.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you. So,
All right.
should I
Bye-bye.
introduce myself?
Yes, please, please.
So, my mom and I are business partners as well as best friends. We have a business that we have been calling Positively Hub for Humans Undergoing Breakthrough. Um, our focus is all about the intersection of how do we answer the question, how do we make the world work? This was from Buckminster Fuller, in case you aren't familiar.
Hmm.
For 100% of humanity in the shortest possible time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological offense or the disadvantage of anyone. And
Hmm.
we also pair that with the question from Landmark Education, at least this is Landmark Education is where we learned it first. It may have originated somewhere else, but it goes, what is missing? The presence of which would make all the difference. So,
Yes.
we, my mom is a certified hypnotherapist as well as a cultural and linguistic anthropologist. And
Okay.
those lenses, along with a, um, well, my lens is seeing hers too, but I have a different angle on it, a little bit, is seeing to the heart of what is it to be um, in expression as a human being, because the root of everything is ultimately the substance behind all things, and that all things are made of, including us, is infinite
Hmm.
love.
Hmm.
So I orient from that angle, also into the very practical skills that we need to actually thrive in the new systems that we were building that are
Hmm.
built on human dignity.
Hmm.
So there is a lot that we put together that is very unique. If you have not gotten to look at Mom's new Substack, Field Notes from the Dig, her Substack. Isn't your Substack handle Jackie Ambrose? Yeah. Um, you should go explore that. And our YouTube channel is coming soon. She's going to probably enter our website in the chat too, so that you can learn more about what we're up to.
Okay.
Um, so that's kind of a whirlwind introduction to our orientation at the very least. I can't get into all of the particulars in a short
Hmm.
amount of time, but as far as the practical side of how we actually help people. But that gives you a foundation to start understanding where we're coming from. So I'm going to mute and she can introduce herself as we get started here, okay?
All right.
Yeah, sorry I'm late to the party. I was handling some things in the background here that need to be done with repairs to our friend's home and whatnot. So Deborah's coming in, and Ryan, it's really nice to
Yes,
meet you. Thank
nice
you
to
for
meet you.
joining us here. And Deborah, Debbie has met with us before, and she's awesome. And do you guys know each other?
Debbie Massarelli?
Yeah.
Yes, I know her. Yes, she's actually
Oh,
the
good.
first person I
Excellent.
spoke with on Substack. Yeah,
Fantastic.
we've
Well,
talked a
Debbie's
few
very
times.
active. Yeah, she's awesome. She's been very active on Substack. Uh, so kind of gave you the rundown already, and
Mhm.
what is probably for me the most important thing for you to know is that I'm an applied anthropologist. I don't just do research. I take research and I take solutions that are possible
Mhm.
based on lots of different fields. It's a multidisciplinary, holistic approach. And I'm all
Mhm.
about practical solutions. What can we do as individuals, and what can we do collectively to
Mhm.
make a world that works for everyone? That's my chief mission in life.
Yeah.
So Xochitl did not mention that um, there are two bodies of work that we represent together, and one is we created a program called Relationships for Conscious Living. It was a
Mhm.
7-month weekly meeting for 3 hours, teaching people 12 different aspects of relationships that are not just the normal trauma laden dysfunctional relationships, but the kinds of relationships that work, that can become extraordinary and allow for deep connection and being able to ask for what you want and need, and not escalating conflict, and learning how to use your energy field, which is a real thing with research
Yeah.
behind it. It's about using um, your understanding of subconscious relationship behavior based on 30 years of research with 25,000 clients that never got really published beyond a single book. Um, so we teach a lot of things around that to make relationships work, because democracy is all about relationships. If
Yes, it is.
the whole point of democracy is it's a system for us to get along and to achieve goals together. And if
Yeah.
we can't get along and achieve goals together, then we have nothing but dysfunction like we have now. Okay.
Right.
So there's that. And then the other thing is, I wrote a book with a few assists from Xochitl, so I put her as a co-author. But the book is on mental freedom and mental sovereignty, and it looks at how we lose mental freedom. How do we get controlled and manipulated? What actually happens from the neuroscience part of it through what happens in the mind? And how do people become suggestible to people who are not good for them? Okay. And then what can we do to defend against that? And how do we regain our mental freedom? And how do we support others in protecting their mental freedom, and do it ethically? Because the tendency is that when people rescue someone, they take over, which is just another form of control, because that person thinks they know better than the person they're trying to help. So we provide an ethical framework for how to do that. Um, Using Virginia Satir's Five Freedoms, so people can begin to understand where's the line between me and the other person, and what freedoms do belong rightfully to me, and what freedoms belong to that person, and how can I respect that boundary and support myself and the other person to have the most freedom possible, so we can
Mhm.
be our very best selves and have the full
Yeah.
range of human experience. So that's just a kind of a very brief overview. That book is 112,000 words long, and it contains assessments and worksheets and um, accelerated learning activities based on Lawsonov's research for accelerated learning and Suggestopedia. And uh, so it's a whole comprehensive guide for everyone who's from a professional licensed mental health person all the way to the kind of survivor who now is a dedicated volunteer, and then for loved ones who want to support someone they're afraid has gotten sucked into a cult or has been trafficked or has been dealing with domestic violence or other aspects. And I'm uniquely qualified to talk about this because I've been in situations professionally and some personally even where I have had to understand what's going on for those people. It would take probably too long to tell you my whole background, but the one place I can tell you we teach people about relationships and how to be healthier is the last place you want to have to be where you start to teach that. And that's in psychiatric hospitals and prisons and programs for substance abuse and those kinds of places. We do not teach people about their thinking and their personal emotional freedom and their ability to communicate with people and to take care of themselves in ways that actually work for society until it's too late. And we should be teaching all of this in a much earlier stage and have it embedded in our culture rather than continue to model ourselves on TV characters and people on The Apprentice, let's say, and think that that's the right way to handle things. So it's not healthy, and we need better systems and better role models. That gives you just a little taste of what I'm talking about. I'm also looking at overall bigger systems. I think that capitalism isn't working very well at all, and the extraction model has really funneled money and land and resources up to the top, and it's been on purpose, and we need to stop that. So I don't want to go on and on here, and Ashfaq and Xochitl know I'm perfectly capable of going on and on, so I'm going to stop there. And Ashfaq, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Jackie. So, Ryan, you can see, what Xochitl and Jackie is, bringing on the table, right? And we need to work together I cannot do everything all by myself. Even if I make world's biggest wonder, it won't work if people don't go visit there or start recognizing it. Okay, so anyway, before I introduce myself, I would like to introduce or talk to Deborah. Hey, Mom. So Deborah and I have a very good relationship. She is like a mother to me. Her face reminds me of a friend's mother who was kind of like my second mother, and we have this beautiful relationship. So, Deborah, I cannot. I think you have the front camera, facing. So if you can.
I don't know how to turn the camera off, so I have it face the other way.
Oh, okay, it's okay. So
how
do
I turn the camera off?
You should have a camera icon on the below of your phone, like
right.
App.
Yeah.
So
am I off now?
No.
The camera is showing do you have art with bar stools and a counter? Well, the camera is on. It's probably pointed the other direction.
Yeah, it's pointed down. I don't know how to turn it off.
So are you on a phone?
No, I'm on an iPad.
Okay, same difference. So on your iPad, there is a way to turn the camera around, and it looks like just little arrows chasing each other in a circle. And so when you touch on the screen, that menu should come up somewhere on your screen.
Oh, I see. I have to go to the actual camera app and turn it off. Right?
Well,
okay.
You don't want to turn off the camera app. That just turned your camera off. What you want to do.
Like she probably doesn't want to be on camera, probably, right?
Well, I don't want to be seen. So turn my
right. Well, if you don't want your camera on, you've accomplished your mission. The camera is off.
There you go.
Okay. Great. Okay. So now what?
Okay, so Deborah, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? So Deborah,
I
uh,
know Ryan very well.
Yeah.
Ryan
Yes.
and
oh,
I
okay,
have known each other for months.
Yeah.
okay.
And I know Jackie's daughter. She's going to make me say her name, and I don't have it written down. So I can't say it. So I'll just
So,
say Jackie's daughter.
okay.
And who else is here? I know Ashfaq.
Yeah, I invited Greg, the trajectory, and
Oh, I know Greg.
yeah, I
Greg
know
just
you,
wrote
Greg.
a wonderful piece on me. I mean, just fantastic. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, who else is here?
No, Greg is not here. I
Oh,
invited him. He's probably not available right now. And then there's another person who I invited is not here as well. So it's just five of us.
okay, so I know
Jackie,
everybody. Okay,
yes, we all know each other. So,
okay.
okay, so
Let
the
me
introduction. Yeah.
hold on a second. Ashfaq,
Yes.
Debbie,
Yes.
on your screen, take your finger and put it over on the right-hand side of your screen and then swipe left, and you should see all of us on the same picture, a gallery view of the Zoom call. And then you'll
Okay,
be able to see who's here.
I see Jackie.
Yeah, because I was talking. But if you swipe
Okay.
if you swipe toward take your finger and start on the right side and swipe left
Well, first let me get
on the
back on.
screen.
Okay, first let me get back on Zoom because I was on the camera setting. So now I'll go.
Yeah, you have to be in Zoom. That's right.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
It'll just change your view so you can see everybody and you
Back
won't
to
be
meeting.
wondering who's here.
Got it. Back to meeting.
Yeah.
There's Jackie on my. I got you all. Okay. Ashfaq,
Oh,
Jackie,
good.
Deborah. Oh, damn, I know this thing. Sochitel.
Sochitel. Let me help you out. Sochitel.
Sochitel.
Good,
Like
good.
Sochitel. And Ryan.
Hey.
All right. So now,
No cigar today, Ryan, huh?
Yeah. We had technical difficulties too when I tried to. That was more me though that time.
Yeah.
all right. So since we know each other, and I was wondering if we can, I mean, if we can put it as a podcast so that whoever missed can actually see what we are speaking about, because we are going to talk about the Universal Peace Framework and another framework called NUPA. I mean, we're not going to talk a lot about it. We are just going to talk a little bit. I wish Brandon was here so that he could explain his framework and I could do mine a little bit. So before I start shit, yeah, please go ahead. I want to give you. Yeah.
Shall we schedule a meeting that everyone can be sure to attend? Because I kind of feel like this is a practice run for actually
Yes,
making the points we want to
exactly.
make, and then we can take the transcript, pull out the pieces that we want to make sure we talk about in an actual live.
Okay.
Or even if we don't do it live, do it pre-recorded, but spontaneous or extemporaneous kind of thing. I think that would be good because
Yep.
sorry,
I mean, this is a practice ground. Rayan knows this, that we need to talk about what we are going to discuss on the live, right? So
yeah.
that's one thing. And then I, like I created some roles that we all need to play in order to make the peace framework work in the real world. But this is not a rigid structure, okay? You can come in, you can tell me, okay, I don't think this is going to work. Here's the different solution. Or here's the task that you may thought that I was good at it, but I don't have time for it, or I'm not good at it. Maybe I can do that for you. So I want to share my screen with you guys. If anybody doesn't have anything else to say.
Okay, are you talking about the peace equation right now, Ashfaq?
Yes.
Okay.
Or not only just the peace equation, I am also talking about another framework that will work side by side with the peace framework, and also the roles each of us can play to make it work. Okay.
Okay.
I made a presentation, so I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me know if you can see my screen.
I can see it.
Okay, that is great. So, I mean, this is just like the final minute draft that I can make. I had an insomniac attack before the night, and that's why. I mean, we were supposed to talk earlier, but anyway, the goal is to combine peace equation, the diplomatic and accountability framework with Brandon's NUPA framework, asset-backed enforcement infrastructure into a single executable system. Call goal align each collaborator on what they want, surface the real pressure points, and agree on the first steps toward a pilot. The aim is clearly about what each piece does, not consensus. Okay.
Okay.
So, the peace equation is, according to Claude, it's a softer layer, but it's also a diplomatic framework. The peace equation is accountability logic that makes war expensive for the decision makers who start it. You hold the framework, the structural argument, and the public facing voice that pulls readers and collaborators into the project. And the hardware layer is Brandon's mechanical enforcement. NUPA makes the software executable rather than theoretical. It answers the two gaps the peace equation cannot solve alone: where the capital comes from and who enforces penalties. His indivisibility mandate, 10-day window plus automatic disclosure is the enforcement teeth. Okay. Now we have all of us, like, I'm not sure if you guys met Dan Hayden. Dan is a financial researcher. He's from United Kingdom, and he have done some amazing research work about extraction and why we cannot escape the bowl, because it was shaped like this, so that we can always stay in the bottom. Anyway, I just want to also say another thing about Dan. His father was a Cambridge or Harvard professor. I don't exactly remember which institution, but anyway.
Okay.
So
Is
Dan,
where can we learn more about his work?
sorry.
Do we Google?
No. I will share his Substack link with you. You can
Okay.
send him a message and contact him directly.
Okay.
Next time I will try to make it more organized. I will schedule a meeting ahead ahead, and then send email to everybody so that we know when it's happening and all of us can join in. Okay.
Okay.
So Dan is going to be the financial and fragility analysis, stress test the money side using the extraction attractor and robustness work. So this is actually Dan's work, and checks whether the funding mechanism holds up under pressure rather than just looking sound on paper. And then we have somebody called Helen Nowlin. She will look at property law enforcement. Once the legal accountability mechanism, specifically how the enforcement triggers attached to real property laws, so that the consequences execute automatically and cannot be negotiated away. Now we come to Deborah Mazzarelli, tribal channels, civic integration. So this is just the first draft. If you don't like it, you definitely tell me that, hey Ashfaq, I think I can do better than this. I can do this and that. So for now, here it says her relationships open the door to the tribal nation pilot the model needs, and she connects the coalition into the wider civic organizing and platform work. So,
Gotcha.
okay, now let's
Sounds
move
good.
to, okay, let's move to Jackie. Philosophical and consciousness alignment. She keeps the framework grounded in the human and ethical layer, the mental sovereignty angle. So the system shifts how people think, not just how money moves. So Jackie, if you have any problem, you can definitely come back and let me know. Xochitl is implementation, honesty, systems thinking. The honesty test. She pressure checks whether what the group builds will land with the next generation and survive contact with reality instead of staying a nice idea. That's a big thing. All right, now let's come to Raksan. Democratic accountability owns the piece that keeps the whole structure answerable to citizens. So the synthesis is strengthens democratic control rather than quietly concentrating powers.
Yeah, I know Ryan's never quiet, so that's a good one for him.
Very rare.
Well, okay. So now let's go back to Greg or the trajectory. Planetary systems vision keeps the synthesis regenerative, making sure the combined frameworks serve the Earth and the people on it rather than becoming another extractive system in a language. So actually, what Greg is doing, I can relate it to what Dan, Helen. I mean, all of us are actually will share responsibilities a bit. For some reason, they haven't put my name. I mean, I specifically asked to put my, you know, like tasks or assignment in there, but it's not here. Anyway, let's see what's the shape of it. You and Brandon are the two load-bearing halves, software and hardware. Dan and Helen harden the money and legal mechanisms. Debra opens the pilot and civic channels. Jackie and Xochitl hold the human and honesty layers. Ryan guards democratic accountability. Greg holds the planetary vision. So that's just a first minute, like first draft and last minute draft. So we can definitely improve it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I will share this file with you in all of your email.
Wait, can you put that up one more time and let me just take a picture of it?
Okay.
A photo screen, whatever
Sure.
it's called.
I mean, it's a big one to do that, but should I do it like here, stop here, so that you can?
If you
or-
can, I need, stupid iPad. Okay, I'm only getting part of it. Can you go all the way to the top? Yeah.
Yes.
Good, okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it in threesomes.
Okay.
Okay, so bring it down
Okay.
again, okay, and again. Okay, again, that's it, I
Done.
got it, I
That's
got it.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you.
So you didn't have to. I would actually send you an image or a PDF file right after we finish talking here,
Okay,
and we can take our time and wonder if we can do better. Or this is just a this is just a practice ground. We will try to do some live shows from this Sunday or maybe next Sunday, depending on how good we are prepared. So Jackie, Xochitl, Rhea, Debra, what do you think?
Before you send that out, the word philosophical, it probably needs to be changed to human culture, because I'm not a
Okay.
philosopher, although I do philosophize. I am an anthropologist, and what we work with is worldview, and so that's culture, linguistics, human biology, and anything related to the physical human, and then there's archaeology, but I'm not. I only bring archaeology in when it is illustrative of a principle, right? Because I'm not an archaeologist. I am, so I would prefer to not use the word philosophical. I'm not a philosopher. Okay.
I think you are a philosopher, but I will remove that word anyway.
Yeah,
Uh,
just put human culture there
Okay.
instead of philosophical.
Futurist.
I am a futurist. That would be another way to look at it too,
All
because
right, okay, you got it.
look
Before
at
I send it out, I
trajectories.
will definitely make those edits before sending those out, okay?
Thank you.
Uh,
I appreciate it.
okay. Now, I think that's about it. I mean, we don't need to talk much here right now, but I mean, if Rayan or Debra or like Jackie Zochitl, if you have anything that you want to include, it would be really amazing. If not, we can close it out and then we publish it so that Greg and Brandon can look at it, and anybody else. I know for sure there are quite a few people who are interested in working with us, or not just, I mean, not working with us. Everybody in this world wants to see some peace, okay? We don't want to see wars anymore. And I actually haven't given my introduction, so I just straight went into the peace framework. So should I do it right now?
Yeah, do it.
So, okay, Brian, I'm not from
Yes.
United States. I am from Bangladesh. But
Okay.
I do work with so many United States clients in the United States
Mhm.
and other parts of the world that gives me a like unique experience to understand the culture and some professional stuff so that we can work together, right? That's
Yeah.
how actually we are connected. So
Yeah. Well, that's
uh,
definitely one of the things
yeah.
this country could
In
use, some
short,
global perspective.
in short, I am a applied sociology grad. I own a very small IT agency called Q&A IT. It offers 360-degree IT related solutions to small businesses. And I do I do have a few apps and games that I developed. One of the apps is that we are currently uh, finalizing is going to uh, give people a way to read and listen to books for free. Okay, and also there are so many amazing aspects. Like I am working with Debra on her project. I am working with Jackie and Zochitl where I'm building an app
Mhm.
for where anybody can come in and say about what they feel. I mean, it's not just feeling like civic issue. I have a pothole in front of my house. You can just write it down. I mean, the current problem with all the governments in the world is they use a one-way communication system. It's a communication system where they can say whatever they want. They can send a SMS to you or do billboards or put an advertisement on TV, but there's no way you can actually have a direct contact with the government. If you want to reach out to government, you have to like go through hundreds of different steps. Okay, and one of the problems the app that I am developing is going to solve that problem of where it makes the communication system two-way. But imagine a president have to read through millions of email or requests. It's not possible, right? That's where AI comes in. It actually filters out all the bad stuff and it actually does all the analysis and stuff and gives the decision maker exactly what he needs, like a very short brief of the things that he needs to look at and make some decision about. And maybe if when it will evolve enough, it will also tell them, if you decide this, it will have some sort of this kind of consequences. If you reject this, you will have this sort of consequences, so that the politicians or the decision makers can make a better decision. So we're not going to talk about that here, but we do have so many amazing stuff going on. So yeah, that summarizes of who am I am.
It
Ashfaq.
doesn't summarize all about you, but it does a good job of your talents and abilities. But he also created a game that I think is perfect to teach people politics and how to run things, and quite talented.
Thank you so much. I actually updated that game to have more of those decision cards, more of the scenarios.
Right.
And I'm continuously like going to keep it evolving, so that someday it may actually serve.
Do you ever sleep, Ashfaq? Do you ever
Well, I do have a sleeping problem. Okay, Ryan and I was supposed to meet today earlier, but when I saw that, okay, it's like afternoon and I'm still awake, I haven't slept last night. And I
Oh
told
my
him,
goodness.
"Hey, I'm probably going to miss today's meeting, but I will send you a message as soon as I wake up." So, oh, Ryan, and I have developed a digital restaurant menu application
Yeah.
that also helps you manage the restaurant. That means that it connects with different devices.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Order from the table, the kitchen guy will know what to order. There's a like waiter call button. There's ingredients, like each item requires each certain type amount of ingredients, and if you like assign those numbers, it will automatically reduce those amounts. And when you are out of that stock is out, the menu will be
For the inventory. Yeah.
out of order, you know.
Wow.
It's not available right now.
So you got him working on your restaurant stuff too, Ryan.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Yeah, I actually told Ryan that, I mean, it's 95% complete. You can actually take it right now and run it, because I mean, the final few touches are the licensing part, where I have implemented it, but it's not like very good shape. But I mean, I'm not trying to sell my app to you, right? I am
right. That
trying
shouldn't
to-
matter.
Yeah, exactly. So
I would be able to use it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and
he's selling himself short. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna start taking money for your work.
I will. Once I am done, like Ryan can give me some feedbacks that can improve the entire system. And I just have it for Android right now. I need to develop it for iOS and then Windows and Linux and other places, you know. So
Wow.
So Ryan, I will. If you like, do you have Android devices for your restaurant or?
Yes, everything's done on an Android device. You know, I think they pretty much blanked it, and then I installed Lightspeed, which is called Upserve, as a POS system at the time. But they're just cheap Android tablets that they sell you. You know, they
I will
their
send you
logo
the
on them.
APK file so that you can test it out. I will also send you a license key. I mean, it has a built-in 30-day free trial feature, but if it expires, I will send you the code so that you can put it and it will just get going. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I think that's about it. Do we need to talk about anything else? Anybody?
No, I'll talk to you privately. I'll let everybody else go. And then I'll talk to you and tell you how much I'm paying you when we work that out. So, okay.
All right.
All right.
Guys.
All right.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Are we going to set up another meeting, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, I will send you another Zoom link. I just want to ask
Okay.
if Deborah, Rayan, Jackie, and also Jyotirul, like if I publish this on our Substack, does anybody have any problem with it?
As long
Do you
as you make
publish
that one
something on
little
Substack?
change.
Is that?
Yeah, this recording, Zoom recording,
Oh,
so
no.
that I mean, we have, you know, Greg and Brandon missing, so that they can see what we
Yeah.
discussed about, and
Okay.
they can stay updated, and then we can decide another date, and then start doing the marketing and stuff. So that I mean, I actually need to
Okay.
figure out what's the best time. That's the most difficult part because we live different parts of the world, and for Jackie, it's I don't know, maybe 3 a.m. For Rayan and Debra, it's probably
Oh, the
I don't
time
know, maybe
difference. Right,
yeah. So
right,
it's really difficult to figure out a time that works
Right.
for everybody. And if you guys can suggest me a time, I would really appreciate, and I would definitely follow that time, no matter how difficult it
gotcha.
is. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Right. Well, I can be flexible with the schedule. I can
Same here.
do a variety of times. So
So
whatever
Me
works
too.
for
practically
everyone else.
speaking, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah,
Practically
absolutely.
speaking, Ashfaq, have you been using a world time converter?
I do have something on my phone. I
So
mean, but
I
that
wanna,
doesn't solve the problem. I mean, for
well,
example, Ryan may need
Hmm?
to work on the day shift, or somebody like Greg or Brandon need to work on the office, or so I need to understand a specific time. For example, it can be the time that we are doing right now today, or maybe a bit earlier or a bit later. We just need to decide and stick with that time.
so it would help to know, we're on Eastern time in the United States. Deborah
Mhm.
and Ryan, I believe you guys are too. Is that correct?
I'm
Mhm.
Eastern, right?
Yeah, and most of the time I'm
Okay.
Eastern also.
Okay,
So
so that makes it simple. But I
I
don't
don't
know
know about
about
Greg. Yeah, I don't know about
Greg
Greg.
or Dan. So
Uh,
I know
yeah.
Dan is
Dan
in the
is from
UK.
Arizona. Dan is from Arizona, and Greg is probably also from Eastern Standard Time. Probably, not sure. But at least he is from United States, so it's not going to be a huge difference like you
It could
have
be
with
4 hours though. It could be
yeah
4 hours.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So the range is pretty wide, but at least there are more of us in one time zone.
True. That's true.
Um,
But I'm willing to be
which makes it a
flexible.
little easier.
Yeah, I'm flexible though.
Okay. Then who is in charge of sending invites to
I can do that.
those? Okay. Um, so back to your question, Ashfaq, about posting this to Substack. Are you asking to publicly release it?
Yes.
Okay. Um,
If not, we can do it in Google Drive. So
I think preferably since I would prefer to have it be just to this group as we're getting ourselves together.
okay.
I understand the desire for transparency in development as far as releasing it publicly. So I'm okay if it's truly. I still would kind of prefer while we're organizing to be
Well,
just to the group of people who've been invited.
I am more of a guy. Like, I mean, I told you that we are supposed to meet earlier, and then the insomnia attack, you know, messed things around. But I felt like it was a universal call, and that's why I messaged Rayan and everybody, and I wasn't sure that you guys will be here. I thought only Rayan and I was going to talk, but you know, universe has a plan for all of us. So that's why we are here somehow, and I am all okay for whatever direction this goes. So this is not a like a pressure group that we need to stick with this and that. We can have a flexibility. Please, Jackie.
So a practical question is, do you want me to host this on our Zoom account so we can have, you know, I don't know whether you have a paid account or not, but
No, I don't have. I can get one. Or I mean, to be honest, I haven't thought it thoroughly. Okay, I was thinking maybe I'm not sure who's going to be available, and first I need to reach out to everybody to see if they are available. So I started doing the reach out, and
Well-
yeah, and yeah.
Well, let me just be clear. We're happy to host. We just need to know in advance what the time is so we can put it on the schedule so it's not conflicting with another meeting that we have to have, you know.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even have to be on Zoom. We can do it from Substack directly, but they have a limitation of 3 person can talk at a time, not more than that.
That's why
So-
Zoom is superior because you can have more than the 3 people.
Yep.
And
yep.
so I'm offering to host, and my request is that you let me know in advance so we can coordinate the schedule. That's
Do you think we can, like, I mean, I want to hear from Greg and Brandon as well. So I'm not sure, like, what's the best way to decide. I don't want to decide the time for all of us.
Oh no, this is an open-ended. We will be happy to host whenever we have meetings. I just need to coordinate with you and our schedule. And if we need to meet again with Greg and Daniel, you know, anybody who's not here, then we'll just
Yeah,
have
it
another
should be
meeting.
a-
But that I'm just saying, let me know what days and times you want to try to do so we can be sure that we can
Okay, how
be
about
available.
okay, I think you have lots of things on Sundays, right?
We only have the one meeting at 6 o'clock Eastern on Sundays. We have a new meeting starting with Doria Cordova on Wednesday nights, which is going to conflict with Women with Latitude. So we have to move Women with Latitude is what we're looking at. And then there's somebody who uses my Zoom on Fridays. As you know, Rafael uses my Zoom to teach Spanish conversation at noon on Fridays.
Actually, you know what,
And then
Jackie,
I have
I will-
occasionally have clients.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jackie, I will actually buy the Zoom subscription right after we finish this call so that we
Well,
conflict,
time-
but we need to
Yeah, I mean, you're
agree on a
free
time.
to do it. Yeah. Ashfaq, you're free to do whatever you want to, of course, but I am saying you don't need to spend the money yet because our availability is still many more hours in the week than the few regularly scheduled meetings we have. My only request is that we be clear so we don't double book. That's all. So just to be clear, let's make sure that we're talking and clear on the meeting times and avoid double booking, and then we'll be
So
good.
let's actually decide a time right now, and so that I also know and I also start doing a marketing part. You know, I reach out to Greg and Brandon, and also to my subscribers if they want to be a part of it. And it's going to be a weekly effort. Okay, it's going to be a live show where anybody can come in. They can share their ideas, or we have our ideas, and this is citizen-led frameworks, and people need to hear about it, right? So we are going to share our ideas and discuss and try to develop. I mean, there are definitely many more, like many loose ends, because I'm not the smartest guy in the world, right? So I
You are
Disagree with
pretty
that.
brilliant.
I think you are.
You got to stop saying that. You got to
Yeah.
stop saying you're not the smartest guy in the room because you're brilliant, Ashfaq, and you need to own a little bit of that expertise. I will tell you that a weekly meeting that we set up and agree on is easier for us to schedule when it's predictable because then we can plan around it. And I'd be all for having a regular time that that's what we do each week. I try to do that with all my clients. It just works better for the human brain to have a schedule, a routine. So I'd be happy to do that.
Okay, so like we need to decide when we are doing that. What's the best day? Like you can tell me that, okay, Ashfaq, Wednesday or maybe Tuesday is good for me. Jyotitil can say, okay, Fridays are really great for me. Brian can say, okay, Thursday works. It's just trying to figure out the days that matches the most. Like if more people are leaning toward a certain day, we fix that day, like a democratic process. Brian, you should be, man, doing that.
Well, just to let you know, afternoons, Eastern time, we can pick a time. We need to have an end point, a beginning time and an ending time in order for us to plan. We all have a tendency to talk longer and longer and stay on really long meetings, and we can't do that. So we need to decide what's the block of time, and it could be in the afternoon, Monday through
90
Friday.
minutes.
We just pick a time. Or if you want an evening time, then we need to do Monday, Tuesday, or potentially Friday. But
Excuse me.
Wednesday and
Sorry, go
Thursday
on.
right now look like they're going to be taken. So, what about the rest of you? Prefer afternoons Eastern time or evening Eastern time?
I'm good any day of the week, anytime after 4 o'clock. So any day, but I'm only free after 4.
Okay.
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 That's
Um,
fine with me. I mean, I'll be free. I guess I'll work around everyone else. So
well, then the best times for us would be a Monday or a Tuesday, anytime after 4, so we don't
Okay.
run into conflicts with our other meetings.
Okay.
Does Monday or Tuesday sound better?
Yes, I think, well, I saw Mondays are like too busy. Maybe actually I need to do some more observation to see what's the best time. And then maybe we can, I don't know, just pick a date and time and I'll be there.
Well, why don't you
Um,
talk to Greg and Brandon and Dan? And
Well, yeah, that's a,
call Jackie and tell Jackie what you came up with.
okay. How about we, I mean, I know Jackie and Jyotitul needs to go, so let's keep it a open question. I will upload this recording. Yes, Jackie, sorry, Jyotitul, I'll come back to you just a moment. I will write an article, and the question is, what's the best time that works? So we are not only listening from Greg and
Brandon?
but also what works for other people. So,
Right.
I mean, we are like narrowed down to Monday and Tuesday. So that's great. Jyotitul, please.
I have to coordinate with her to make sure that we're not both unmuted at the same time. So, there's a bunch of threads that I'm trying to figure out how to pull together into succinct words before I need to go here. But I'm thinking on practical side that if everybody's on Signal or WhatsApp, I would love to have a group thread of everyone so that coordinating time becomes easier. WhatsApp, huh? So we use WhatsApp too. We prefer Signal for a little bit more privacy. But whatever platform everybody's on would be ideal. So, Ashfaq, I guess it's kind of your job to disseminate that information.
Yes,
And then
I
everybody
will
can.
do it. Brian, you can drop your number so that I can grab it from here and add you
So,
on WhatsApp. So yes, I will do that. I think we should,
so
we're in a point, we should start using some project management tools or something that I'm not sure like how to proceed. But I definitely feel the need of, getting organized.
well, that's what I'm trying to propose is what's the simplest way to start getting communication going among us so that we're at least have something going so we're not relying just on you and the burden's all on you, Ashfaq. I don't want to see you
Yes, so
trying to be
I am going to create a WhatsApp group. I have Brian's number. I'm not sure if I have Deborah's number. Deborah, do you use WhatsApp?
I use WhatsApp. I
Yeah.
have Signal.
Okay, that's great.
Um,
Put a thread in the Substack chat room, and within a day or two, it will disappear. But whenever someone replies, we'll all get notifications. There's a lot of ways that would be pretty simple, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
I have
The
Messenger.
we're
So
not using Messenger.
Message.
I think we should do it on WhatsApp because everybody is on WhatsApp. Ryan is not on Signal, but Ryan can download it, and we do have some groups on Signal where you can come in and collaborate with any of the projects that you feel like that this is something you like. Okay. So thank
Yeah,
you,
the
Deborah.
other thing I want to break, Deborah, please edit your phone number because there's a number missing.
Yes, she
Um,
just dropped it.
Yeah, my friend.
and then there's a couple things I want to say before I go.
Yeah,
We're bu
put in there.
we're building parallel systems because we all, I think, intuitively get that just making adjustments to the existing system that is designed to work the way it's working will not solve the problems that we see in the world today. Um, and at the root, it's an internal relationship that we have internalized and then put out into the world, into our systems. So I'm seeing how as we are building new systems, there's a lot of healing work that needs to happen, that is happening because we're seeing a dysfunction and how that is calling us to examine how we have been doing things and decide, is this really how we want to operate? On another practical level, if you have not been looking at the free it spells free, the word free, Forum for Real Economic Emancipation with Clara Mate. I highly recommend you start looking at her work on Substack because it's not just her. They are building assemblies around how do we answer that question? How do we build parallel systems that are truly democratic? So please go look at that. And we were just watching in the last few days Clara Mate, Mattei, Clara. EI, yeah, at CLARA, Clara Mate, Mattei. So she's an economist. I can go into all of that, but I'm not going to. I don't have the time. Parallel systems. So I don't know if you guys have heard about Azure Standard or the food I'm sure you guys have heard about the food crisis, and how the food system is just not designed to withstand the kinds of things that are happening, because of the war, et cetera, et cetera. Um, so there's a whole nother layer of people, and Azure Standard is one of those groups. They've been around 40 years, they're still family owned. They have a totally different system for distributing food and working with farmers collectively. So there's another layer there that's really important that I would love to bring in as we move forward. Maybe we don't work in that with this group on that. I don't know, but it's something I want people to think about. Um, and that's all I have for succinct making it making it easy because I need to go and I'm tired. So thank you for understanding.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for being here. I mean, I wasn't actually like imagining of that you are going to be here. Jackie, Debra was, I mean, I didn't even had the thought. So thank you so much. I would definitely call it a universal uh, call, I guess,
Mhm.
universal call, so that we can all come together to work on something that matters. So thank you so much. And just to make sure we are good with me publishing it publicly, this recording video, are we good or not? Like, does anybody have any uh, problem with that?
Are you
Um,
saying you publish this video
Yeah,
and the
the
PDF,
recording.
uh,
Yeah,
the recording? Uh,
yeah.
that that's fine. I would really like for you to change that one phrase, but
Yeah, yeah.
the
Oh,
other
that's
thing,
different. That's different. I will definitely do that. I'm talking
yeah,
about this video recording, putting it out along with an article with the question, open-ended question, so that we know what's the best time that works for people, so that we do our live show on that time, so that more people can come in and hear about our ideas.
okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, Dochidil and Jackie are frozen.
I would also, I'm going to turn my camera off to reduce the bandwidth. Do you think that it's a good idea for each of us to create an article then and share it from each of our Substacks
Yes,
rather than
yes.
it being just on
Oh,
yours? Um,
that would be
and
amazing. I mean, like it's like spreading out in like when I do it on my from my channel, it goes to a singular path to a few people that I know, I follow, or they follow me. But when all of us write something, we expand like a explosion, like we go to everywhere. So if you can, please do write an article about it. Jackie will share the transcript, the messages, and the video with me. I will share it with you guys so that you can also put it in your channel, and then write something along with it. You will have a
let,
transcript so that you can put it in Claude or whatever AI you are using, and it will, give you the key moments that you need. And then also,
let's, I'm
yeah,
sorry, that you're
go
finished.
ahead, go ahead.
Um,
No, I'm done.
let's have everybody put their emails in the chat
Yes.
so
Oh,
that
that's a great idea.
I'll send it by email to everyone at the same time for
Okay.
efficiency. And if you all could drop your emails in there too,
I just did
that
mine.
would be really helpful. Thank you. Apparently, I don't know how to type anymore.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. All right.
Okay, I
Okay,
have
so
this email. I have Debra's email. Now I have Roxanne's email or Rayan's email. So that's great.
yeah, I'm creating a contact for everybody in here.
So thank you so much, Jackie, Deborah, Ryan. Any last words for the audience who are going to watch this video?
Okay. Thank you.
That's
I
all.
think the only comment that I have left is, by ourselves we can do very little. Together we can absolutely change the world and build a world that works for everyone. And that
Yeah,
force would be
absolutely.
unstoppable. And that's the main thing. So many people feel like they need to tune out and give up and resign themselves to it's just this way. And I'm here to tell you that we have complete control ultimately over what kind of world we want. Because once we take conscious control of those choices, then we have everything we need to be able to absolutely thrive. And that's what I'm here for, because I know it's possible. Yeah. Thank you
so
very
much,
much,
Jackie.
Ashfaq.
You guys, and I left some notes in the chat if you guys want to read them as we went along. I typed some things in there,
Please do,
so
please.
they're
Yes.
available for everyone.
Please go ahead.
I
You
don't
can
use Zoom a
also.
lot because at restaurants it doesn't really work.
It's
So,
okay. I mean, I added you on WhatsApp. I'll be sending you a message shortly. I'll create a group where all of us will be there so that we can, do instant messages whenever we want.
okay.
Okay,
So,
good night.
Deborah, any
Yes.
final, any messages for
Uh,
the world?
No, I'll talk to you during the week, Ashfaq, okay?
All right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
All right. Thank you for tricking me. You're a very tricky young man. Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Well, in a positive way.
It was very positive.
All right. Okay.
right.
Very
So let's hang up.
All right.
Talk again pretty soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. Thanks very much. Bye bye, y'all. Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Nice to meet you too, Jackie.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.